Hello guys, welcome to MattJ Forex. Today we are going to dive into something so important, something that if you are actually trading and you don't understand how this works, please stop trading until you understand this particular topic. It's very vital for us to be able to get things right when we dive into the market because it is not case play. The market is very volatile, so much happening in the market. You have the emotional side of things to deal with. You have the risk management side of things to deal with. You also have the psychological part of things to deal with. So today, guys, we are going to talk about the time zone. Trading the time zone is very important. I just want to believe that you know the fact that the Forex market operates 24 hours between Monday to Friday. I am not talking about the guys that trade crypto or whatever pairs that you trade or any instrument whatsoever. But from Monday to Friday, the Forex market trades 24 hours. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 24 hours, you have all that time to trade. But this is the catch. As you also aware that we have different time zones in the world. We have the Asia, we have the Europe and Africa, then we have the America side. Also that we have different time zones. I believe you know all these things. These are just basic things that you should know. And if you don't know this stuff, please try and understand these things before you start trading. That being said, I would like you guys to understand the fact that where you currently live is very important for you to understand the significance of the time zone of your location and the Forex market. So we have the London session, we have the New York session, we have the Tokyo, Australia session, whatever you want to call it. So we have all 4 sessions in total that covers these 24 hours. So we're going to take each at a time. So we have the trading sessions, we have the Sydney sessions, which starts from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. GMT. And this is so important because you need to understand that the market itself is very, very volatile. And within this time, the Asian session period, you should remember that bearing in mind the population is important, how many people live within this area, and how many banks, a lot of things going on. But it's still not the issue here. The issue is when traders are actually trading and they don't understand what is actually going on, what time to trade, from what time to what time. And we also sometimes do have the market overlaps, whereby the Sydney session is now colliding with the London session. I will come back to that. So we have the Sydney session, we also have the Tokyo session. So the difference is not that much. The difference is more like for the Sydney session, 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. and the Tokyo session is from 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. So that means it's just 2 hours gap in between those 2 time frames. So what that tells us is that we have just 2 hours between the Sydney and the Tokyo sessions. That is the gap. Okay. So when we talk about the Sydney and the Tokyo session, so the volatility is not as strong as the London session and the New York session. And I believe that you understand also that the London session starts from 8 o'clock. So we have the London session from 8 o'clock. So anytime from 8 o'clock, you will notice that there is a behavior in the market because we are having more injected cash, activities are going on. You have the retail traders, you have the bankers. So everybody is bringing in money. So the liquidity is very, very high. And the volatility is also very, very high. So you need to be aware of this time zone. And between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., that will be our London session. So then the New York session starts from 1 p.m. Now, all this time I've been talking about, they're actually GMT. So you need to be able to work that out to your own local time. So before you even trade at all, you need to understand these basic steps. It's very, very, very important. If you tell me you are making profit, you are making withdrawals, and you don't even know what the time zones are, you don't know which one is Sydney, which one is Tokyo, what is the difference between the two, and you don't understand the London session, you don't even know what time the London session opens. Now, knowing this time trading times between countries to countries is important. Let's take, for example, You're traveling to South Africa right now, and you need to understand what is the time in South Africa, what is the difference between the South African time and GMT. Then work it out and align that time with the trading session. So if you are someone that trades the London session, you know the London session will start from 8 o'clock. So what is 8 o'clock in GMT in South Africa? You work that out, and then you can set your alarm, or you program yourself that this is the time I'm going to be trading. You don't just wake up in South Africa because MattJ said 8 o'clock is when London will be trading, the trading session for London, and then you are going to start trading at 8 a.m. South African time. Well, maybe you already missed the bus by that time. So you need to understand all this time zone. Very, very important. Then you now have the New York session that starts at that 1 o'clock. Now understand that even at that, the New York session and the London session, they are kind of overlapping each other at some point. So when it's 1 p.m. in New York session, as at that time, the London session is already coming very, very close to the end of the day. Remember that the London session finishes at 5 o'clock. So New York starts at 1 o'clock and London session closes at 5 o'clock. So you have that overlap of 4 hours. That is when you see a lot of liquidity. There are traders that they have programmed their trade, they have programmed their strategies to trade this particular time. So the assignment is, what is the best time that for you to trade? When is the best? Maybe the question is, when is the best time of the day to trade? And of course, it will be the time that you feel that is suitable. And what are the terms and conditions that you need to consider? You need to consider your peers, the peers that you trade. So someone like myself, I trade mostly GBPJPY. We call it GJ, and some people call it the beast. So if you're trading the beast, for example, you need to be able to understand what is going on in Asia, what's going on in Japan, what's going on in China, what's going on in Australia, all those areas, because they are all within the kind of the same zone, really. So you need to understand what is happening, and you need to understand that from this time of the night, 12 o'clock to this time, this is when I need to be looking to take my trade. Yes, some people said that, that within that time there is not enough money to make made in the market. I said, listen, there is money in the Asian market. I have gained over 200-300 pips catching GJ in the market during Asia session. All I need to do is just wake up around that time, check the chart. If I see that everything meets my confidences, I go in and I trade and I make my money and I'm out. You probably will have made enough money before the London session, but if you trade that zone, and when you know that you trade the Asian session, it's important for you to be able to understand what is going on in Asia. Secondly, it's important for you to be able to back test it and see what's happening. What is the liquidity like? What are the news? Just familiarize yourself with that time zone. Then if you know you want to be trading the London session, it's important for you to be able to know it starts at 8 o'clock. Also, it's important for you to be able to know that if there is any news coming up, mostly the UK news around, if you're trading GU, the USD, so we have news sometimes at around 7 o'clock in the morning, even before the banks open at 8 o'clock. So it's important for you to check your time, check your news, check your fundamentals. If there are any news, if there is anything going on in Europe, within that catchment area, just check and understand what is happening even before you enter the market. These things are very basic. These things are very important. If you are trading the New York, it's also important for you to know what time it starts. It is 1 o'clock. Do you have any news? If there is a news at 1:30, you can just wait till after the news. Then after the news, you can go in and do your trade. Or you can wait for that time whereby you feel like the market is very volatile between the New York time, the London time. When we have that crossover of time. When you have that crossover of time whereby between 1 and 5, you have the London session, you have the New York session coming together, combined, and then you can look into trading within that time, because the volatility is very, very high around that time. And when it's past 5 o'clock, you can close all your trade, because what else are you doing in the market? There is no session open at that time. So You can still trade. I'm not saying you cannot trade. It is just a matter of understanding these principles. And the thing is, with Forex trading, you need to have your principles. You need to have your plans. You need to have a lot of the guys. When I ask people, they don't even have a trading journal. They don't even have a trading plan. In your plan, you should write it there that at 8 o'clock, I'm trading at this particular time frame, London time. Is from 8 to 5. This is my plan. If I don't have a trade at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll wait for the New York session between 1 and 4. And then you can take your trade. If you don't have a setup for that day, then you move on, wait for the next day. And it's as simple as that, guys. I know it's a lot of information. You can join the channel, join the Telegram, be part of the group. Sometimes I do remind the group about what is happening in terms of news. I will remind them if you have any trade, please be very careful. We have the Profem companies. A lot of people blew their Profem account because they don't understand this time zone. They don't understand that we have news coming up at this time. They don't even understand that, okay, New York, most of the time, New York time, we have news at 1:30, we have news at 3 o'clock. It's important, guys, for you to understand this. If there is any topic you want me to talk about, anything you want me to talk about, guys, just drop a message and I will look into it. Then I can come back with my next video and we can discuss about this particular topic. The next topic probably is going to be maybe on Profem. We need to talk about Profem. We need to talk about so many things, but I just need you guys to tell me what exactly do you want me to talk about. If you like what I've just talked about now, if you like the channel, subscribe and share and like so that more people can see this video and they can also see the importance of time zone. Do not trade if you don't understand time zone. Time zones, very important, very, very important. This morning, I don't like what I'm saying, on the chart, so I left it and I'm waiting for the New York session. When it's New York session, I will check. When I get a trade, I will enter my trade. But when it's 5 o'clock, I close my computer. And if I want to trade outside 5 o'clock, then I have to be very careful and apply my risk management and keep my eyes on the market, unless if you're a swing trader. So guys, if you have any question, just pop it down. Thank you so much for coming to this channel, for watching this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye. Bye-bye.